morning. I need to get this one out of my system before I make another recording, and I'm kind of in a hurry, so I might be interrupted fairly soon. Once I get interrupted, I'll do another one later today, but in short, if you are expecting my dominion to decriminalize drugs, then you are in for a harsh surprise. We will not be decriminalizing drugs. Even in the optimum scenario of simply running my simulator alone with no outside interference, no. That is because if drugs are decriminalized and you go buy like heroin, and your heroin is spiked with rat poison, it is not criminal. So full decriminalization is not going to happen. If you spike your products with something like rat poison or something stupid like that, then you will still be charged as a criminal. So no full decriminalization. There will still be acts in the drug market that are fully illegal and will remain illegal for the foreseeable future. Eventually, when human interaction becomes so good that, or human immune system becomes so good that there is no poison that will kill us, then perhaps decriminalization, but not for now. Not for now. If you spike your product with rat poison or do something along the lines of trying to intentionally hurt your customers by making a faulty product, you will still be charged. So there will be no full decriminalization. Now we have a 5-tiered system that we can make these votes on. In addition to that, we have a 10-tiered system which denotes how much police punish for these crimes, how relevantly active the police are. If we have it at full criminalization and the police activity are at 0, then the actual situation in the field will be full decriminalization. But we have a 5-tiered system of making government laws and a 10-tiered system plus manpower as a separate one that allows us to determine how much the police actually police. Now, I believe we are at 3 or 4 out of 10 in policing, meaning that 10 is the hardest and 0 is not at all. So technically it's 11-point system. And our decriminalization is at second harshest, which I believe means that usage and possession of small amounts is legal. And that means that you might be able to grow one plant for yourself. I believe that is our current norm. After discussions with the numerous folk on this planet, from alien to human, from law enforcement to birds, and so on and so forth, we have come to the conclusion that the mildest move towards larger decriminalization might be in the books. We could go from second harshest to the medium point, meaning that it is neither here nor there. Or we could do the police enforcing from 4 stars to 3 stars. Keep in mind that with the current low level of police enforcing, our drug usage is going up. But we are currently in the lowest 5% of planetary drug usage in numbers, so it isn't alarming yet, but such a development is. We are also a country of many natural and alternative healing methods. So people being aware of what kinds of narcotics to make from the land and using them for themselves might be what is driving this. But I can, from the numbers that I recall, tell you that, for example, the domestic production of cocaine is increasing, meaning that we are looking at a situation where perhaps 5 years from now, even with the very gradual growth of drug usage, it's going from 0.017 to 0.018 in a year of planetary consumption. So it's very slowly rising. It is 2 to 5% a year. And even with that, I believe our domestic production of these narcotics and these drugs will catch up to the domestic consumption eventually. So we will be doing drugs for our own market. We will be self-suppliant in these. And we believe that if it goes much beyond being self-reliant and starts to look like they are for domestic foreign consumption, that we are becoming a drug trading nation, that we are putting these drugs on the market, then I believe we will harshen the police stance to limit the growth of these things. But if it is the second harshest or the medium point, and our police enforcing is below 5 out of 10, and our growth of domestic production is slowly catching up to the domestic consumption, and our total usage of world supplies is below 0.1% of total world production, we can allow it to slowly increase. But keep in mind that it is still poisonous. It is still toxic. But if you are to use these things, then it should not cause your legal life to be unmanageable in and of itself. But if you are running a drug cartel, then do expect us to call. We will be dropping by. But if you are simply producing for domestic production, domestic consumption, have a small amount of material that you are producing, say supplying a small village or part of a town, then we might not be all that interested. Keep in mind that as long as it is, in the planetary sense, frowned upon, we cannot fully legalize it because we are a nation dependent on much foreign assistance. Once we have managed to become an autarky, meaning that we produce what we consume and the rest is just shipped to the foreign markets, then we can consider increasing domestic production of drugs, even to the point of it becoming a foreign good, but not until such a point. And even then, the repercussions of others in the open market trading with us less, because we are a drug cartel, is such that it might not be worth doing. So, long story short, if you are one of my supporters and those who believe that voting a drug user into the government from the open market will result in drug usage being decriminalized, then you are hoping wrong. I will not decriminalize, because if you put rat poison in your cannabis, then you are going to be charged for it. Decriminalization means that it is not possible to charge. So there it is. Thank you for watching.